Hello and welcome everyone, this is MrSovr, also known as Parker, and today I'm going to be going over the how to make a video game. Technically the second video for how you start up building a video game, and it's overall the third episode in the series, including the intro, the platform, device, and programming language, and tools. And now we're actually going to go into the depths of how to make a video game with the dynamics, the programming, everything. Okay, so since we're going to be using App Game Kit 2.0, it's going to be very easy to learn, not too much of a learning curve. So I'm going to try to make other video games through Java and stuff like that, but for now I'm just going to do App Game Kit 2.0. If you do not know App Game Kit, or I'm just going to say AGK to be short, if you don't know any of the programming languages for AGK, it's basically like, it is a basic programming language. And here, I'll get this part started. So, I click on here, let's just say, the cool game. Let's call it that. So, as you can see here is a very basic, I always want to say very basic. It is a basic programming language, as in the actual, like Visual Basic, for example. If you do not know how to program in AGK specifically, I would prefer you to go to my other playlist for App Game Kit 1.0 and 2.0 programming. They're both the exact same programming language, it's just that one has more features than the other. So again, I'm probably going to post a link somewhere on this video, on the screen. Whoa. I did not know you could do that. Anyways, a very random thing. So there will be a link somewhere to, that's kind of cool. Anyways, there will be a link somewhere in the video to actually link you to the tutorials, and make sure to go through all of those and then come back to this video. So we are going to call this the cool game, have a X and Y window size of 1024 and 768. Virtual resolution will be the same thing, and the orientation will be allowed on every single side. For now, we are not going to, well, you know what, let's have the screen, or I meant the frames per second being printed out, along with the sync and a loop. So, the thing is though, when you come to make a video game, you always have to wonder, how am I going to make the dynamics of the gameplay? How am I going to make the storyline? How are the graphics going to work? How are the physics going to work? How are the HUD going to work? How is the GUIs going to work? How is the interfaces, user inputs, and all this stuff, multiplayer, shaders, just more and more of just about everything in a video game. It's kind of hard to really put together in like one idea how to make a video game. It can be very overwhelming. I'm going to try my best to make a difficult video game through this programming language. Through Java, I'm probably going to do more of like a two-dimensional video game. But for now, with App Game Kit, I'm going to make a 3D game. It's going to be really awesome. If I actually do get to finish it, I'll probably put it on the App Store or something like that, probably on Steam. But anyways, so I'm going to make a three-dimensional video game that has to do something with real-time strategy. So I don't know, should I do that? That's the thing. I probably should like ask people like that are viewing this in the comments where or how to exactly, or not how, what type of gameplay I want to do. But I kind of feel like having like a action first-person shooter type game that's a sandbox and a real-time strategy. So that seems complex enough to show more the intermediate and advanced programmers how to do this. This is again for intermediate and advanced, more so than the beginner. So we're going to do three-dimensional RTS sandbox first-person shooter. So it's going to be first person, but you could probably zoom out a little bit to be third person. Okay, so we got that settled. And let me see here. What else? As I have a random Charlie horse. Anyways. So, let's start out with basic three-dimensional objects and getting our feet wet and how to actually interact in this three-dimensional realm with the camera movements, the actual player movements, just all sorts of different things, including the user input through the keyboard, the mouse, and all sorts of that stuff. So we're going to do create object box. Now this is creating a three-dimensional box that includes we're not gonna have, well, I guess we are. We're gonna put this as a 100, 100, 100, and we are going to then have an integer f or obj. Let's do that. It's probably better for the identification number of that three-dimensional object. So we are going to keep the position the exact same way it is for the actual object, which is going to be at 0, 0, 0. Now let's do set camera position, and we are going to do a 0 for the camera. We will do 100, 100, and then 0. So if I'm not mistaken, this should set camera position is not right. Now this is not scripted, so I'm going to probably have some issues because I'm trying to make it like if I were you developing. So, and yes, that's my parents coming home. But anyways, so basically what we're going to be doing is having a box appear and then move it around in the camera, move around as the camera. Of course, what I need to do is I need to make it so, let me see, let's do 0, 0, and then 100. Nope. It's a little weird. Print. Oops. Okay, so right here I'm going to be using the get camera Y and then Z to see where my position is in the three-dimensional realm, which it looks like it is according to the position of the camera is correct. I'm just wondering if it's camera 1 or camera 0. That's the only thing that I'm a little confused about. Yeah, there's no camera 0. Okay, so I'm going to go right away into creating a function to control the camera based on the actual, what is it, keyboard inputs. And I'm going to be using the arrow keys for this. Actually, no, since we're going to be making an awesome complex game, I'm going to do WASD for now. So how I do that is if get key state, get raw key state, if I can remember that, ASCII equals 1, then move camera Z, or I'm sorry. Okay. Move camera local Z, which will be 1, and then 1.0. Okay, so we're going to be doing this specific function a few times. Instead of W, it's going to be A, S, and D. And this will be X, and that'll be X. This will be -1, That will be -1. Now, let's see if that does anything. It does absolutely nothing. Oh, stupid. Of course, this is unscripted, so of course there are going to be some stupid errors. That reminds me, I remember the very first time I did a Minecraft video for the computer craft. It's programming in Lua. I remember I misspelled forward, which essentially made that video one of the biggest viewed videos just because of my mistake. Let me see here. Okay, yep, there's the object. Even though, why am I going upwards? That's the question. It's a little weird, to say the least. Oh, that's probably why. Wait, that still doesn't make sense. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Set camera rotation 1, 0, 0, 0. Oh, that should work. Yep. It was slightly angled, so... Wait, what? Oh, okay. So the way that they actually position the object is that the top of it would be the 100 marker. Seems, at least it looks like it. Now, the thing is, though, the reason why I was going upwards was because of my rotation of the camera was slightly down, so when I moved backwards, I was moving upwards. If I were to move forward, it would be going downwards. And that could be a little bit of an issue. So now, since we actually have the movement of the camera done, now let's try to get the rotation of the camera done. So, now, we can do get raw mouse X. Now this is probably going to have the most issues because it's really hard to actually use this in a way to effortlessly rotate the camera essentially. So let's at least do the get raw mouse X as an X, and Y equals Y. And what we can do a basic thing, which will not look pretty at all, camera rotation 1, then I believe Y 0 or Y X 0. I could be wrong with this. Okay, the rotation's okay. It's a little it's like a little like quick and stuff. So what we can do there is that we can divide by 2, probably 1.5, because we don't want to make it too slow. Okay, nope, never mind. I don't know why I thought that. I was thinking it was like get raw mouse X move, not the actual position. So, looks like this would be good enough, even though it's like, it's manageable, I guess. Now the cool thing is, which is also a bad thing, is that since the camera rotation's like that, I can actually move into where I'm actually pointed, which is kind of cool, I guess. Okay, so now that we have basic movement in our three-dimensional video game, and we actually have an object, let's get a little bit more complex in the actual environment. So I'm just going to close this off. Now I'm going to take away the frames per second, mainly because it's kind of annoying. I'm also going to do set print size 16. I'm going to up the actual resolution a bit. just to make it a little bit more pretty. And then set resolution mode to 1, so it's a little bit more pretty. Oops. Okay, so as you can see, looks a tiny bit better. Not by a huge amount, but at least it looks a little bit more pretty. It's getting cut off on the edge there a little bit, but cancel that out. So altogether, that's how the actual camera works. Now I'm going to end the video right now, but I'm going to continue on the next video. It's not like how I did the tutorials where I restart or anything like that. I'm just going to continue on every single day, at least putting out 1 to 2 videos per day on how I'm progressing in this video game, and hopefully everyone can get a educational value out of it. And again, it's unscripted, so it's going to have some hiccups here and there, and maybe some things happen and I probably don't figure out something and I don't even get to finish the video without figuring it out, or I'm sorry, I meant not figuring it out before the video ends. So possibly if any of you viewers actually find something, make sure to comment on it to help me out a bit. But of course, this is mainly for you as the viewer to learn things through how to make a video game, the process of it, and through a programming language I believe is the easiest way of doing it. Again, I'm going to probably redo the series in Java or C++ for more of you hardcore programmers. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share the video with others so other people can learn how to make video games. Thank you for watching. This is MrSovr, and see you later.